has unlocked the second set of capture zones.
Condition! Smell that!
Happy revenge. Keep the enemy from moving on your zones! Capture zone contested. Our enemy's taken another zone!
Scanning for hostiles!
The enemy's about to outdo us! That can't happen!
Sticky grenade, out!
Zone compromised!
Taking man!
Comes around.
Smell that freedom! Deploying frag!
Zone compromised. Only one zone left. Keep it free.
Taking mags!
Take a deep breath.
mission tomorrow, eh? Zone control. You're on defense, compay. Guard your capture zones from the enemy.
Go get some hugs!
Grenade out!
Capture zone contested.
Salut!
Nothing clean.
Give the enemy took a capture zone. Zone! Gotta defend it!
Take a deep breath.
Sticky out! Got that napalm you requested.
Don't compromise!
Man, stop the glitching, bro. Like, I see it. You get on target before them, they holding this shit. They holding shots, they freeze framing. I ain't saying I'm the best player out here, but I know better.
Guerrilla warfare was easy.
You walk in, bro.
You're a goose-stepping fascist in the world.
You can't even walk in. Yeah, they couldn't halfway get a shot off on me. Now I was sitting they perfect.
Bad guys are moving on the final capture zones.
Frostmine primed.
Shoot the wall. Oh, so I ain't hit him in the head. Them shots didn't touch nothing. What? Bruh, I moved this way. She shooting to the left. Y'all gotta stop, man.
Condition. Swapping max. Cover me.
Oh, wow. I couldn't even turn the corner and you got somebody sitting right there.
One zone remains. Protect them at all costs.
on the team.
Burning.
Well, ain't no way you getting hit like that.
Can anyone provide first aid?
Boy, get out of here. It took too long for that man to send that shot, and I got rounds out. They took all of them.
Time to switch teams. You're an attacker.
Yeah. Big healing thing. You ain't doing enough for it.
You gotta lock down the zones faster than the enemy just did.
Wow.
Swapping max.
Motherfucker shot me behind the walls and everything. Don't let him do nothing. Yeah, we got stalkers. We got stalkers. Yeah.
If guerrilla warfare was easy, there'd
Same
be a lot
person
fewer
got like
goose
4
stepping
kills
patches
off
in
me.
the world.
Look at this. Man, mere second. Now I'm getting.
Capture zone is ours! Roll on those zones! Take them!
Boy, that's a head, dog. Come on now. Now all of a sudden she disappeared.
Capture zone contested!
Deploying.
That's revenge.
Condition.
Who shot me from right? Man, get out of here. Boy, no. Boy, no.
Crossmine prime.
They got some cheaters going on out here, boy. They got some cheating. Don't make it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime! A guerrilla's revolution never ends!
Boy, it wouldn't let me drop. Push me all the way down. I know it.
You fought the good fight. I mean, it was an okay fight. Would have been better if you won it. Loadout changed. Loadout changed.
Rocks mine ready.
Got that napalm you requested. Frag out.
Capture zone is ours! Capture zone contested. New capture zone open for business.
Reload. Got that napalm you requested. Fire up high.
Get out of here.
shape.
Well, I get the hell out of here. I know them shots came out faster than me.
Take a deep breath. Open it. Heal us.
Well, I tagged the hell out of her.
Help! I'm hurt!
Boy, get back. Get back. That was haters.
Don't contest it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, maybe we'll do the revolution tomorrow, eh? Zone control. You're on defense, compay. Protect your zones from the bad guys, compay.
Salud! Take a deep breath. Condition! Critical! Active camo!
They took a capture zone. Capture zone contested.
Boy, please. I move from the grenade. You make the grenade move back where I'm at. I can tell y'all getting motherfuckers out of shit.
Okay, that's enough lives for your cause.
Y'all
Now
getting
you
them out.
take some. Keep the enemy from moving. Unlock the new zone. Gotta defend it.
Flashbang out!
Boy, them headshots, man. Come on, man.
Capture zone contested.
Headshot, upper torso. I'm tagging this fucking upper body. Boy, she hit. She hit up. Wow. Freedom. Don't let them go nowhere. That's how you know a motherfucker behind you or in a spot or using something that you don't know what's going on.
Zone compromised.
Boom. Drop out on.
Engaging camo.
Changing man.
Bad guys are moving on the final capture zones.
Salute!
That shit don't heal shit.
Only one zone left. Keep it free.
Boy, I hit.
Active
Come
camo.
on, there.
Zone compromised.
Changing mags.
Take a deep breath.
Reload. Changing mags.
So you take me off target.
Grenade. Out.
Zone compromised.
Flashbang.
Now all of a sudden, the motherfucker pop up over there, bro. Like, seeing this shit.
Time to switch teams. You're an attacker.
I'm not built for video games no more. Oh, boy. Garbage. Red, I ain't trying to make no living off.
Take all the capture zones faster than the enemies did last time.
Hey, God, oh, they changed that aim dramatic. Drastic.
Capture zone contested.
That was a drastic change.
Changing mags.
This to the hereafter.
Nothing cleans like burning.
Everybody cheating. Is that what it is?
Capture zone is ours!
Got that napalm you requested. Nothing cleans.
Capture zone contested.
Condition! Critical!
Take the zones!
Stop and drop.
You capture zone, open for business.
Changing mags.
Capture zone contested.
Deploying frag!
Oh, I couldn't move back? Good Lord. Cut it out. Boy, come on. This aiming algorithm is trash.
I'm in bad shape.
Take a deep breath.
Requested.
Boy, get out of here. They come up with so much to stop you from getting stuff done, boy.
Reload!
Final capture zones are open.
Best revenge is revenge.
Zone compromised. One zone to go. That's our eagle's nest. Storm it! Okay, that's enough lives for your cause. Now you take some.
Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Boy, ain't no way. Headshot to mid, and you can't drop it.
Zone compromised.
Boy, she dead. Come on, man.
It's almost up. Step on it.
Wow, what the fuck? Like, y'all not making no sense. Like, every time I put it down, you find a way to blow it up. You do not want a person completing this shit. Bitch.
Cinco,
Like, how you didn't die?
tres, dos, zone uno. You fought the good fight. I mean, it was an okay fight. Would have been better if you won it.
Hip fire SMG kill. That shit taking forever to try and heal these goddamn folks. So are you switching them? 'Cause they popped up mouse and keyboard first. I'm bad. I mean, it's bad. hadn't done the research on all the mechanics or whatever, special abilities and stuff like that. I guess they could play a part in it, or what's supposed to be a FPS shooter is now something else. Like, I thought it was supposed to be about shooting.
Zone control. You're on the attack. Take the capture zones to
Active
open the
camo.
next tier.
Active camo!
Capture zone contested.
Oh, there we go. We get all the kills.
Frag out! Reloading!
Wow, come on, man. Point blank range from the hip. You could get the kill. Wow. No.
Capture zone is ours.
Swapping mag! I need cover me! Going dark!
New capture zone open for business.
Reloading.
Now you take some. Roll on those zones. Take them.
It's a lot of hit.
Capture zone contested.
Changing mags!
What? Get out of here. Y'all make shit roll toward a person. Y'all making it roll toward me, man. Like, every time. Like, don't let them get a score. Don't. That's just how it come off. Like, these gotta be some janky lobbies that you putting folks in, and you don't want to admit it. You got people that in built servers or lobbies, they don't need to be building it. Oh wow, look at this. You got more people with the cloak. Like, it should be a limit of how many of them are in a match.
Activate.
Look at this. You get the high ground, we get the cloaks, we do all this stuff. And then if that don't work, we
Zone
glitch.
compromised.
We gonna cheat.
Need out. Need a medic.
Come on now.
Take a deep breath.
Wow, how in the hell? Perfect pitch every time. Perfect pitch.
Zone compromised.
Look at the glitch. Look at the glitch. You ain't killing
Final
me.
chapter zones are
You
open.
wasting half of an extended magazine for no reason.
Reloading. Camo.
Salud!
Like I wasn't on top. Oh my god. Like you wasn't on target. It just freeze. Yeah, that's right. I'm not a gamer. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Frag out!
Engaging camo.
Got that napalm you requested.
Only one zone left. Liberate.
Oh wow, yeah. Artist surprise. Element of surprise. Like it.
I'm in bad shape.
Oh wow, yeah. Everybody get it. Everybody gets it.
Grenade out.
Boy, come off of it. That was a mid. Hip fire, point blank range, all in the face. Nah, you can't kill him, not this time.
Active camo.
Anyone provide first aid?
Ooh, yep. Take his head off. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it.
Zone contested.
Take a deep breath.
Ah, come off of it. She ran right into death. Ran right into it. Pointed the other way, and you save her.
This fight's almost over, compay.
Was it's crazy. They jump into the shots, and the shot don't kill him.
Dos, uno. Switching teams. You're a defender. Stop the enemy before they claim more zones than we did.
Oh my goodness. After you had a drop and it holds you, like you got
Capture zone
like
contested.
a 1.5 second delay or latency. Oh, now you spot. This is what you gotta do while you run, and it freezes every time. Oh,
Guerrilla warfare
no,
was easy. There'd
no.
be a lot fewer goose-stepping fascists in the world.
What? Wow.
Capture zone contested.
You're not gonna hit nothing. I can see that now. They damn made sure you're not gonna hit nothing.
Capture zone.
Look at that. Now all of a sudden they can run through, run out.
Keep the
You
enemy
ain't
from
doing
moving
it.
on your zones.
You better not try to do it. They shoot you, you gonna get stuck. And then the rest of the rounds gonna hit you and you die. Boy, 2 rounds
Unlock the
take
new
you out.
zone. Gotta defend it.
2 rounds gonna take you out.
Enemy dead. Capture zone contested.
Changing mag.
Changing mags.
Take a deep breath.
Bad guys are moving on the final capture zones.
Oh wow. Oh he in the site, but you can't hit.
Salud!
The enemy's about to outdo us. That can't happen.
Shit is done.
One zone remains. Protected at all costs.
Changing mags.
Wow, perfect timing. They got perfect timing.
It's not whether you win or lose, compay. Although you did lose.
Fights consistently, my recommendation is always try to keep yourself at least reasonably close to a teammate. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying you should literally be holding their hand and like touching a teammate at all times, because you'll just get in the way of them more often than not. But you want to stay at least somewhat close to them so they can help you with a gunfight, or you can help them with a gunfight at any given time. And doing that will really help stack the odds in your favor in situations, because you're more often going to run into a 2v1 situation rather than a 1v1 or a 1v2. Now, as you get more confident with the game, then you can start feeling a bit more comfortable to branch out and go a bit more lone wolf. But at least for the beginning, try to avoid that lone wolf playstyle. It doesn't work nearly as well in this game as it does in a game like Call of Duty. Now, continuing on this same thread of the slower time to kill, let's talk about headshots. In Xdefiant, we have pretty solid headshot multipliers, and as a result, mixing headshots in with body shots is almost always going to be helping you in gun headshots in, and you should find that you're able to win gunfights on a more consistent basis. However, since this is a beginner tip video, I do want to also say, if you're already having a hard enough time just hitting players in general, just hitting them in the body, focus on just shooting center mass. Just hit your target. Don't worry too much about the headshots at first. That's something you can develop over time as your confidence in your aim improves over time. And I actually feel exactly the same when it comes to integrating movement techniques into your gunfights. Now, like I said earlier, you always want to try to strafe in gunfights. That's basic beginner things that anybody can do. You do want to make sure you're at least moving a little bit left and right while in a gunfight. But then on top of that, once you start feeling more comfortable, implementing things like slide jumps or air strafing, where you're jump shotting, but not just a regular jump shot, you're jumping and then changing direction mid-air. Or even just mixing the odd crouch in while you're in the middle of a gunfight. All of these things, when performed properly, will definitely help you win gunfights, especially in this game. I find the movement in gunfights can make a huge difference. So I would recommend at least trying to dabble with various movement techniques in a gunfight if you can manage it. But just like with headshots, if this is just throwing you off and causing you to miss your target entirely and lose a bunch of gunfights, maybe just focus on the basics at first, really get those nailed down, and then you can move on to the more advanced movement techniques. And then finally, on this general topic of this game having a slower time to kill than many FPS games on the market, one of the most important attachments you can have on nearly any gun in the game is going to be some form of a magazine attachment. If possible, you always want to put on either an extended mag or a quick mag, just something that allows you to either reload faster or have a larger magazine. And now that we have that general topic covered, let's move on to the next section of this video, and this is quite simply focus on the general FPS fundamentals. These things aren't necessarily unique to Xdefiant. Many of the skills that I'm going to talk about here, they transfer between most FPS games, or at least many FPS games. But at the end of the day, these things are probably the most important things to focus on in this video in general, because if you don't have a good foundation of these skills, you're always going to be limited in how far you're able to improve. And the first big thing to talk about here is the minimap. That thing on the top left corner of your screen, that is the most important tool in your arsenal. It's far more important than any of the abilities in this game, because it allows you to play the game beyond your immediate surroundings. It allows you to focus more on the big picture, so you can start anticipating things well before they actually happen. So never neglect this. You should be checking that minimap constantly throughout a match. And a big mistake a lot of beginners make is if they are even using the minimap at all, they're only using it to look for those red dots where the enemies are firing an unsuppressed gun. And that's just one small element of the minimap. It's just as important, if not more important, to pay attention to your teammates' locations as well as the direction that they're looking in. You always want to be looking for holes in your team's setup. If there's a lane that's just uncovered by one of your teammates, you probably want at the very least, just be well aware of the fact that an enemy could come through that lane uncontested at any moment, so you have to be prepared for a fight on that lane. Additionally with that, you can see where teammates recently died on the minimap in Xdefiant. That's very important, because that means there's almost definitely going to be an enemy coming from that position. And the minimap is going to be your primary tool for reading spawns, which is the next section. Try to actively focus on respawns as you're playing the game. This is another huge tool if you want to start playing the game beyond your immediate surroundings and have that big picture in your head. Now, this is something that quite simply just takes time and experience with the game, although with Xdefiant, I find the spawn system to be quite intuitive overall. it doesn't take that long to at least get a basic general feel for how the spawns are working in most of the game modes. So just a couple tips with this to help you learn the spawns a little bit faster. First off, like I said, the spawns are quite intuitive in the sense that if you see a teammate pop up on your mini-map, within Xdefiant, this almost always means that the enemy team is spawning on the exact opposite side of the map. So if you're pushing way up on the map, for instance, toward where the enemy spawn was, but then you notice a teammate pops up there suddenly, that means the spawns have flipped. You want to turn around, the enemies are coming from the other direction. I know that may sound super basic for you guys, but this is a beginner tip video. Another big thing that helps accelerate the process of learning spawns is not just looking out for enemy spawn locations, pay attention to where you spawn. Every single time you die and respawn, take note of that exact position where you spawn, because then when you find yourself on the opposite side of the map killing enemy players, they're going to be using those same spawn points that you were previously using. And this is an excellent method for mapping out the spawn locations on a map, especially for beginner players, because beginner players tend to die a fair amount. So just treat every one of those deaths as a learning experience. Every time you hit that respawn button, don't just mindlessly start sprinting forward. Just take a brief moment to take note of where you spawn, and maybe even the general conditions surrounding that spawn. Where are your teammates located? Where are the enemies that you know about at least located when you spawn in that point? Do you have somebody pushing really hard on one side of the map, pushing your spawn over to the opposite corner without forcing a full spawn flip? By paying attention to these things, you start to learn the limits of how hard you can push a spawn before it flips. Or you start to realize if you spawn in one particular area, that means that you definitely have an enemy pushing on another area of the map, even if you had no knowledge of that enemy there. Just the sheer fact that you spawn in that location can actually give you quite a bit of information about the big picture of what's going on in the match in that moment. Next, when it comes to the FPS fundamentals, a big thing is get yourself out there and in the action. The more you expose yourself to a wide variety of situations, the faster you'll be able to improve. If you're the type that's too scared to get out there, you end up just sitting in corners, picking off free kills from unsuspecting enemies running by. Sure, at the end of the game, you might end up with a higher kill-death ratio than you normally would doing that, but you're not going to get any better at the game doing that. You're not really getting yourself out there. You're not learning from those experiences. You're just sort of cheesing your way to a higher kill-death ratio, and there's a hard cap on how well you're going to do at that point. Now, in saying that, though, there is a balance to be found.
With Metroplex, I get a free 5G phone when I join.
And I should get the same great deals as new customers when I stay.
Dead batteries are no longer instantly order new ones. DoorDash.
Found here, you also don't want to go too far to the other extreme where you're literally just throwing yourself toward the enemy player without even thinking about what's going on around you, just to expose yourself to as many situations as possible. You still want to be making plans for how you want to push or how you want to approach a situation. You still want to be making sure that you're using cover as you're pushing up on the map. And as you're doing this, try out different strategies. If you're finding one strategy isn't working, try something different. If a new strategy starts working out well for you, well, maybe you start filling that role a bit more and working on optimizing that strategy and becoming even more consistent with it. And that leads me to the final basic fundamental tip here that I think is one of the most important things to keep in mind as a beginner trying to improve in an FPS game. And this is quite simply, learn from your mistakes and try to avoid immediately jumping to a scapegoat every time something goes wrong. Treat every death or every loss as a learning experience. Think about what you could have potentially done different, or at least something different you could have tried in that situation that maybe would have yielded a better result. And the next time you run into a similar situation, try that different strategy out. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but if it doesn't, there's just another learning experience and try something different again. So don't get yourself down because you're dying a bunch or losing a bunch of games. Treat those situations as learning experiences, and then that second part, don't jump to a scapegoat immediately. This is a huge thing that holds players back from improving. If every time you die you're just looking externally for what caused that death that's out of my control, then at that point you're just looking for excuses rather than learning from that situation and working on the things that you can change to improve. Now, I totally get it. There are sometimes things that are just completely out of your control. Oftentimes the hit detection or connection experience is just awful, especially right now in the game's current state. Things can be really rough netcode-wise. And sometimes, straight up, there's literally nothing you could have done to prevent a death, for instance. In saying that, though, more often than not, even when you're in a bad connection scenario and you end up losing due to that connection, there are still things that you could have done to maybe stack the odds more in your favor, to the point where you could have come out on top despite the fact that the connection experience is awful. All you can really do is focus on the things that you can control and always try to look
50 Cent success. He went at any artist that worked with an artist, including you. I think 50 used that as a marketing tool. When I heard the song, it was not a song, it was a good song. It was representing New York. I think this was really a thing. We was with him. His story is one one of the greatest stories. I didn't even kick. It wasn't like, I didn't have to ask his permission to do a song. I didn't think it was going to ruffle his feathers like that either.
You dropped a diss track called Checkmate. A lot of your fans consider that some of your, greatest lyrical contribution to the game. But that beef with 50 was settled very quickly, and certainly more quickly than most fans' beef.
After it all died down, it was ill because he came to D-Block by himself. He said, yo, I'm coming through. Sat down, kicked it for a few hours. We've been good ever since.
50 Cent success.
We won $4 million.
For every hour that Baby Robert was with them, that's $60 million.
Okay, you got it. 60 million.
Okay, you're insane, all right? That's some indicators.
Walter, please, Mr. Boggs, we realize what an emotionally charged issue we're dealing with here.
Stop that.
But let's be fair.
You've got a kid. After all we've been through.
Sorry, buddy.
Let me be very, very clear. Okay? Police reports, testimony from eyewitnesses. I got live reports, all describing in great detail the fact that the level of your poorly run hospital is unsecure and negligent to a degree that's almost incomprehensible.
$4 million.
For every hour that Baby Robert was with them, that's $60 million.
Okay, you got it.
No doubt changed.
You just throwing me in the game. That's a what? Almost a 30, 40-minute wait.
Capture zone contested. Capture zone. Capture zone contested.
Wow. Shot in the back. That's cool too.
Swapping.
Unlocked a new zone. Gotta defend it.
Throwing grenade.
Bro, I'm shooting. Oh my God, the man right there.